Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Built Like This podcast. I'm your host, Maxine, on episode 354. Hello, hello, hello.
Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. What, Aaron?
Yo, I can't get enough. I cannot get enough. I cannot get enough. Aaron Pierre, that is Mufasa. Mufasa who? Is Aaron Pierre. It's Aaron Pierre. Man, that video, that clip, I've been watching it for weeks. And I've been watching the renditions of everyone else of every woman who imposed their body upon his, emulating his dance moves at the same time. The creativity is top notch. Okay? That is Mufasa.
Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. What, Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Yeah, Aaron.
Yo, and it's the slickness too. The slickness of his dance, the smoothness of it all. Him being on beat, on time, feeling it, just being in the moment. I cannot. I love it. I can't get enough. Too funny. I'm sure he's aware of this video clip going viral, and he's probably just laughing his ass off. But please believe I will be playing that back again and again. Again and again. Anyway, y'all, thank you guys for joining. Make sure you have tuned into the YouTube of this episode so you can see what I am showing, what I am saying, what I'm talking about. Let's get into these topics. Academics, my God. Academics, I hate it had to be you. Academics, I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. I don't know where to begin. Okay, let's just start with the obvious. I have said here on this platform how much of a chat queen, that's what he calls the female listeners to his stream, how much of a chat queen I am. Okay? I find him entertaining. I like his honesty. I like his delivery. Now, obviously not everything he says is something that I agree with or follow to the T. But for the most part, I really enjoy his content. He's entertaining and he keeps me entertained for the 3 or 4 hours that he's on his channel for his stream. He has sparked a lot of controversy throughout his career, yet he is still popular, right? He is still well known. He is still regarded in some light. Like, he has a strong following. So let's not miss that at all. And there were recent reports of him there was a woman who he invited over to his place, and apparently there were 2 other guys at his place, and this woman alleged that she was violated, and this happened while she was while she was drunk, while she was intoxicated, while she was under the influence. And there was supposed video footage that supports that. But academics got on top of that case and was like, he invited the police to his home. Like, there was no findings of that. This is not true. And people were trying to piece things together to create a case, saying, oh, well, at this part of the stream, you hear screaming in the background. That's her fighting for her life. Stop. No, it wasn't. People were trying to make 2 out of 10. Like, people were trying to make too much out of something. And that didn't really have too many legs to stand on. So that kind of went down by the wayside. Prior to that, years ago, I think earlier in his career, what led to him being successful or more well known because of his controversial takes regarding Chicago. And this was during the time when Chicago was being known for the term Chirac. And a lot of Chicagoans, if that's what they call themselves, but a lot of Chicago natives felt Chirac, that term, is offensive. Yet, I guess DJ Academics coined that term for Chicago. Nonetheless, that led to him getting a lot of backlash from a lot of residents of Chicago. Now, fast forward to current times, and his fight with a lot of female artists or female rappers, such as a little bit with Glorilla, definitely with JT, and people saying, oh, he hates women. He always like bashes women. He dogs on women. Like, what kind of man does that? And I call bullshit on that too. I call BS on that because in the society that we're in, especially during maybe during the Me Too era, it was very much discouraged to call out women's poor behavior, call out the foolishness of behavior that was displayed by women. And DJ Academics didn't give a F about the politics, the optics, and he called a spade a spade. And it wasn't, in my perspective, it wasn't like he specifically sought out women and went against women. No, he sought out anyone. Anyone could get it. So it was just entertaining nonetheless. Anyway, fast forward to literally a couple of days ago. When I got privy to the latest controversy regarding academics. And this actually makes me uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable for a number of reasons, because it talks about the topic of grooming, of being inappropriate with minors, and trying to normalize it, and also some homosexuality in it too. So it was like all these things, right? All these things wrapped in one. And we know Academics is a streamer, and not only does he stream his own content for hours on hours, but he also games. He's a gamer, and while he games, he is interacting with fellow gamers as they're playing Grand Theft Auto or whatever the case is. And apparently, during one of his gaming sessions, he was gaming with many people. Well, a few, probably 12 people were in the box. And one of the people in the box was a 12-year-old kid, a 12-year-old boy who was clearly 12. You see his video on, there was no like catfish of him appearing older or disguised as an older person. He clearly was a child, and he said that. I'm going to just start off with some of these clips because there's a lot to undo and unpack here. And I'm just, I don't know what it is. I don't know what led to it. I want to do some context here. And I'm not saying this to excuse anything. I'm not. I'm just saying I feel like I am sounding like I'm excusing it. What I'm saying is, sometimes when people are staying up hours upon hours, no sleep, adrenaline on 1,000. I know Academics because I don't know him personally, but I've been listening to his watching him for quite a while, and he will go on, like, he'll be on the internet for hours, like almost like 12-hour runs, literally off and on, but for a long time. And he'll talk about being up all night consistently. And he does this because it's he gets paid. This is a job for him. This is not something that he just does for fun. And so when he does this, he does get monetized from it. I'm bringing that part up because delirium is a real thing. I'm not saying I'm not. Y'all know. I know what it sounds like. I'm just giving you some context here. Clearly, how I started this off, I'm very disappointed and I'm very disturbed and I'm saddened by this news. So this is not happy for me to bring up because I really enjoy his content. I like him. I think he's a cool guy. Again, I don't know him, but from what I could see, I do like him. I like his content. He's entertaining. Anyway, delirium is real. When you are delirious and when you're drunk, I know he drinks a lot. I know he said he's been cutting back. So I don't know if he was drinking a lot that night and already super tired, just exhausted, didn't have enough sleep. But all of that compounded together could make you a pedophile. It could. Allegedly, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. I'm kidding. Ha ha ha. No. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay. So again, he was caught on a streaming session, and during the streaming session, apparently he said something, and it's one thing to you hear it from a third party, but it's another thing when it is recorded evidence. Like literally, we could pull it up. It's not out of context. It's his voice. It's him. It's his user. It's his username. Like it's him. And he actually came forward and said, like, he responded to it. And his response confirmed it some more, showing that it was him. Anyway, let's get to it. Again, I don't know what game this is. Any streamers out there, you'll obviously have more of a take on this. Let's start with this video here. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
I'm serious. So there's not another 15-year-old you could bust down.
You go to school?
Shit. What is going
You
on? It's gonna be the last.
Yo, if Max got a sister and she threw you the box, would you smash her?
He already has a sister.
All right, if she threw you the box, would you smash?
No, because I'm 15.
What I mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
She's above 18.
What I mean?
Okay, what does that mean?
This gotta be fake. Oh my god, this gotta be fake. Y'all are seeing in real time my brain like malfunctioning. This has to be fake.
Okay, so as you guys could hear, again, they're on this stream, they're playing the game together, and they could communicate while playing. This is a 15-year-old kid, a 15-year-old boy. Academics is talking very inappropriately to him, saying, would you smash this guy's sister? And why not? Why won't you? What does that mean? You're 15, so what? Because apparently the person's sister is older, much older than him, above 18. Therefore, it makes it inappropriate to do so, obviously. And the kid is trying to laugh it off, saying, no, I'm not interested. Like, no. Yet Ak is still persistent upon this conquest.
Max said he wanted to try fucking a dude. Will you let him fuck you?
No.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. You can have. Wait.
If I can't fuck you, I'm cutting you off.
No, yo. Suppose he's like, yo, bro, listen, yo, you always wanted me to be next to you. Now I could be inside of you. Pause.
Yo, I'm not gay.
Nah,
And he's not. It's not even about that.
Yeah. Okay. There's really no defending it. There's no defending it. I know I just brought up the whole delirium thing, and maybe he was drunk. All of those things could be true. All of those things could very well be true. But regardless, it is disturbing. It is inappropriate. And I'm very disappointed. Like, disappointed is not even the word. So yeah, as we can see in this clip here, Ak is again persistent upon this young boy being sexually active and trying to allow another man who is older than him to penetrate him. And why don't you try it out? So now we're talking, like, like, what are we doing? Like, what are we saying right now? So
these are all the people that are in the chat. This is the first clip. This is
Yo, Nor, what's your address? I'm gonna send some strippers over there.
Slow down, yo.
Bro, when a 15-year-old, I don't know who said that. All you niggas nasty. Everybody.
exactly. Because why are you talking to a child like that? Why are you saying to a child, I'm going to send strippers your way. I'm going to, get someone to F you in the bud. I'm going, like, if I brought someone there, would you F her? Would you F her? Would you F him? Would you F him? And I also feel like it comes from this mindset of make young boys sexually active before they're ready to be sexually active. Because we hear a lot of stories of men already having lost their virginity at 12, at 11, like babies, they're kids. And this is portrayed as a rite of passage, right? Like a becoming hood of a man or something like that. When in all actuality, it's sexual abuse. It's child abuse. Whether you wanted it or not, there's no such thing as wanted it. I feel like regardless, we hear a lot of these stories of men talking about when they lost their virginity and they were 11 years old. And regardless if the girl was 11 or boy, whomever, is inappropriate. We have to really do better by our young boys, by our boys. And I think this starts with really shifting the culture when it comes to what hypersexuality looks like and what does it mean, and not having a different talk when it comes to that topic between boys and girls. Because, when girls lose their virginity at 11 or 12, we immediately, a lot of us do see it as, oh no, this child, this girl has been violated. She's been, taken advantage of, or she's being fast, right? It's either one of those two. But when a boy is having sex at an early age, at 11, 12, then they're dapped up, they're being congratulated, they're being praised. Yo, that's my man, that's my son right there, that's my son. He's being raped. He's being abused. He's being molested. This is not your son. This is not okay. Stop encouraging such behavior. So there's a difference in conversation between the groups, right? Again, with girls, it's seen as either the girl is fast, right? She's being a whore, she's asking for it, or she was abused, right? People see it two different ways. Typically, it's always them being abused. But when it's a boy, it's always, oh, that's my son, that's my son, that's my... Is everybody... What the... This is not okay.
Hold on now. This is what academics said in this clip.
If Max said he wanted to try fucking a dude, would you let him fuck you?
No.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah. You can have. Wait.
If I can't fuck you, I'm cutting you off.
No, yo. Suppose he's like, yo, bro, listen, yo, you always wanted me to be next to you. Now I could be inside of you. Pause.
Yo, I'm not gay.
Nah,
and he's not. It's not.
I ain't gonna lie to you. This shit turned me so off. Like, I swear to God, and I never swear to God, I never need to be on Kai, Max, Aiden, nobody's stream. I don't need none of nobody who stream. I got my own thing going on. The fuck? So when I see this shit piss me off. I'm like, bro, I'm over here fucking with these niggas, supporting them. If y'all niggas think acting some type of pussy, real talk. I'm gonna show you how. Yo, Grand, I promise you, no more Max clips. I promise you. Every clip you see from Max from now on, I guarantee you, $3,000 a clip. Every label pay me that. I showed too much love. Yo, I showed too much love to ever be called a weirdo. I showed too much love. So I promise you, yo, Max, I fuck with you. I love you. But these labels, they're on your dick now. they're gonna pay me $3,000 to $5,000 every time you see me on my page. I ain't gonna lie to you, this shit turned.
Okay, so that's his initial response to this, because people were immediately calling him weird. They were calling him a weirdo after this, of course. I mean, that's beyond weirdo, but it's disturbing. And of course, with academics, what he typically does, because again, I watch his stuff and I'm entertained by it. I mean, this was not obviously entertaining. This is not my realm of entertainment. But nonetheless, his content is entertaining. I'm sorry. You know, it's like with Tasha K. I find her entertaining. She is so funny to me as far as how she delivers the gossip. But some of the things that she does, I feel like it's low blow. I feel like she does lie and put 10 on 20 or 20 on 10. And I mean, I love Corey Hork. Like, it's funny. The way I am, I'm not loyal to any streamer or content creator. Like, I could take from you and I could take from you. It's my day. I'm filling up my 24 hours, okay? So I'm listening to Corey Holcomb 5150. I'm an avid fan. And I listen to Tasha K. Two things can't be true. It's duality. Okay? But Marlon Rory, no, I don't do that. I don't do that. It's Joe Budden. I'm a Joe Venger all the way. That's where I put my line. That's where my line's drawn. That's it. Okay, let's get to
This far, built this platform to be that irresponsible, right? And of course, I could throw out any type of excuses. Oh, well, fuck all that. At the end of the day, first of all, I'm probably older than all y'all anyway. Like, you know, nah, I'm good. Like, I don't need the other shit. So I'll just take the responsibility. I should do better and will do better. And I think that's the best way to do it. You know what I mean? Should do better, will do better. I'm gonna use it as a teachable moment. Max hit me a few times. You know, he was like, yo, people running your page is posting stuff about me. I got nothing against Max. I said what I had to say last night. I stand on every word. But I have nothing against Max. Me and Max are both from Jersey. I support Max. I do appreciate his content. I do think his community is toxic. I do think at times, and again, we're not blaming Max for nothing. I think Max is a good guy. Maybe I thought that, you know, he owed me like to call me to be like, yo, what's up? But he definitely didn't. This far. Built this platform.
Okay, I don't know who Max is. I mean, clearly it's the streamer's platform who he was a guest on. That's who I'm assuming Max is. I'm not familiar with his content. Again, I'm not really in that world. I just follow pockets of people, particularly Ak. Anyway,
It's like, that's like a little bro. Like, yo, don't y'all? I don't know about y'all, but like, I used to tease my cousin even when he was underage. Like, yo, nigga, you ain't got a girl? But that's not an explanation, and I understand. Okay. Hopefully people can learn from this whole little scandal with me. And I hope, you know, the streaming community and anybody who watches it and participates, I hope those people, you know, whether you're underage or not, you know, we're streamers who benefit from everybody viewing us. So I hope we all change and act accordingly. For me, obviously, I got to watch my speech. That's clear. A very regretful moment happened where, you know, it derived from a Discord that we're usually like super like buddy and probably like some shit that honestly in that Cord, everything I've ever said in that Cord got leaked. It would be crazy. Not defending it, but that's kind of the Cord it was. Definitely a regrettable moment. And
here's the thing. I don't think he's wrong with what he said there. I don't think he's wrong with what he said there. What he said there was, this is what he does to his like little cousins, right? His little, you know, his nephews or whatever, you know, his little bros and his family. Not on some, I'm gonna fuck you in the ass. Not on that stuff, but on the topic of, man, you ain't get, you know, did you get a girl? Yeah, you know, trying to hype up young boys to, you know, bag women. I feel like I'm contradicting myself. Hold on. Hey, this is me in live time, y'all. Okay, let me just say this. I don't think he is truly trying to impose sexual inappropriate behavior towards minors. Let's just start there. That's a hard stop. That's my new thing. Hard stop. Full stop. Stop. Period. Full period. Like, what are we saying punctuations for? So that's one. Two, now, would it be more appropriate? Would it be better suited had he only had these types of conversations with his like family, family or family friend? Probably so. Probably so. Would it have been better if it wasn't recorded and available to put on live? Probably so. That's just my opinion, because again, these conversations happen. It's very common. But I still don't agree with the pushing upon boys 15, 11, 12, like literally young boys, to have sexual intercourse at that tender age. I really don't think it's okay. And I definitely don't think it's okay for them to be pressured to have sex with older people who are over the age of 18. So that right there, I feel like that is a full cultural conversation that needs to happen in order to create a shift. That's what it is. Now, I know it's easy for us to paint academics as this, this predator, and oh, look at him grooming. I don't think he's grooming this kid. I really don't. I just feel like
conversations happen.
Yeah, let's hear that. I just feel like it's just a case of people being uncomfortable with these sorts of conversations that are technically inappropriate, and they're done so casually. If people like to say all the time, yo, if my group chat, if what I say in my group chat gets exposed, gets put on, social media, man, I'll be canceled. I'm racist, I'm homophobic, I'm all these things, I'm sexist, I hate white people, I hate, I say all that to say we all have our things. We all say things. Imagine being in a car with someone, being a fly in someone's car and hearing what they say as they're driving, and they're filled with road rage. You know how many racial slurs people say on a frequent basis in those intense moments? Does it make it right? No. But does it make it understandable? This always reminds me of that joke from Chris Rock. What's that joke now? That nigga, I know he ain't, something like, I know he ain't nigga, but I understand. Shit like, yo, I remember I used to watch that. What was that joke? Hold it, if I could ask ChatGPT, what's that nigga joke? Let me not ask ChatGPT. That'd be kind of weird. But there is that joke. Yo, I'm gonna see if I can find it though. But that as there are instances in which Chris Rock nigga joke. I understand. Child, let's see if I can find it. But seriously, yeah, there's black people and then there's niggas. Cause I understand. Something like that. Yeah. But anyway, it's true. We all say a lot of things that are completely inappropriate, yet we say it in the comfort of our homes. We say it in the comfort of our group texts. We say it in the comfort of our proximity of folks who probably feel the same way. Now, does that make us like a true groomer or a true racist, like any of those things? I don't necessarily think so, but I think when it's exposed, it's a hard case to beat.
We need a cancel act. This is about the 18th time y'all have tried to have this conversation. I do want to let y'all know, whether you're another community, whether you're the bitches with 15 baby daddies who are on baller alert, or the neighborhood talk, or you're one of those Kendrick fans who are upset that, I'm sorry, Drake still is giving BTA belt to ass. I get it. Y'all are upset. How do we cancel act? I'm still the biggest. Pause. You can't cancel what you didn't build. If you're my audience, don't have no sympathy for me, I've always said, I ain't gonna lie. I've done a lot of bullshit up in this game. Trust me. I've got mine off. This issue aside, which I am wrong. I will be better. This is a teachable moment. I also don't think it's only a teachable moment for me. For me, at first, I'm looking at like, bro, it's a dude, right? You know, if it was a woman, it would be very conversations happen. We need to cancel act. This is about the 18th time y'all have tried to have this conversation. I do want to let y'all know whether you're
all right. So yeah, there we have it. Okay. I don't think he's a groomer. I think this was inappropriate. I think as men with younger men, I mean, not men, he's a child, right? But you know, male to male, there are certain conversations, certain behaviors that are normalized, and people assume, well, men consider it as like a rites of passage to encourage their younger brother, their younger cousin who's a boy, to be sexualized and to start bagging women. And hey, if I get you a fine ass stripper, right, who's obviously over 18, what would you do with her? You know, tell me what you would do with her. And they would say things to coach the young child to know how to handle such body. You know, look, when you see a woman with big ass, this is how you got to grab it. Let me show you how to grab it, right? And they feel like on top of the, like, they feel like the man. This is what manhood 101 is delivered to us as. So am I surprised by this type of conversation? No, not necessarily. But do I think these conversations need to be not just monitored but revised? Absolutely. But yeah, I look, I'm a chat queen. I'm a chat queen, and I don't think he is a pedophile or anything like that. I feel like it's ridiculous. Let's go ahead and break it off with
Pierre, that's Mufasa. Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. What? Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Yeah, Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Yeah, Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Yeah, Aaron, Pierre, that's
all right. Enough. All right, let's get into our next topic here. So, Jeannie Mai and Jeezy, their divorce is messy. Very messy. Let's talk about the latest report here. So, apparently, Jeannie Mai went back to their home to collect the remainder of her belongings. And apparently, she was not allowed inside the home. She was locked out of the home. And her belongings were found in the garage, left in wet boxes, surrounded by mouse traps. Like, I mean, my God, today, literally, this is the same couple trying to posture themselves as the new it couple, the new relationship goals couple. And look at them. I mean, it's entertaining. This is entertaining. And for Jeezy to file divorce after no more than 2 years, it probably was a little over a year. And it was shortly after she gave birth to their son. Excuse me, their daughter. I just had Tourette. So excuse me. Mind you, she never wanted kids. She was married prior to this white man, and they ended their marriage because he said he wants children. He realized he actually wants children, and that was a point of contention for them. So they finally divorced. Then she meets Jeezy, who came as a guest on her talk show with the other ladies, Lonnie Love, Tamar, Tamara Mori. I mean, the list goes on. Or Tamara Housley, actually. And after he was a guest on the show, they were connecting really well and started dating. And she was like, they posture themselves as this like quote unquote power couple. You see this like, you know, this not Latina, what is she? Asian, this Filipino woman with this black man. And there was this controversial take that she had years ago prior to meeting Jeezy, talking about how she does like black men, but she likes them on the side. She likes her dark meat on the side. She said this verbatim. And this, of course, was very racist. I mean, point blank, period. It was very racist, very disturbing. Like, why would you say something like that? And for her to be tossed to the side, this is very ironic here. And I'm not mad at it. I'm really not. I think, you know, we don't see a lot of this coming from men, right? I don't think we see a lot of men being the ones to file for divorce and to really be like, nah, I'm done. I'm not fighting for this marriage. I don't care. We got a kid together. I don't care. We got married swiftly and it seemed like this beautiful relationship goals type of situation here. I'm done. And it gives me the impression that Jeannie Mai, she must have did some foul stuff. She must have. And from what I've gathered throughout this breakdown of their marriage, she has said since being with Jeezy, she learned that she has a nasty temper and she has a hot mouth. She's very argumentative and she could be very nasty with her tongue, not in a sexual way. And Jeezy was the first man who checked her and made her realize, oh, this is not going to fly here. And sometimes it takes a black man to do that. But when she was in her previous marriage with the white man, she ran the show. She was talking to him all kinds of junk and he allowed for that to happen. And I guess he wasn't man enough to her eyes to check her. Like in her eyes, it wasn't enough for her to see within herself that this behavior was not okay. So for her to finally be with someone who she sees as someone who she values, right? Someone who she respects, she was like, oh, taking it back. I need to work on myself. Me talking to him is not okay in this manner. I need to change. And I feel like she either never gotten better with her mouth and still was talking to him crazy, or she probably was being inappropriate with someone else. Maybe she cheated on him. And Jeezy was like, yeah, no, this ain't gonna work. I have a boundary. You crossed it twice and that was enough, right? Like this, or maybe you crossed it once. Like this was a big boundary that you crossed. I told you not to do it and you still did it. And apparently it came out of nowhere. His filing for divorce came out of nowhere. And she was surprised. Maybe they were having a little bit of maybe they had a big fight, or, you know, maybe they were calming down from the fight. And it was at the time when he released his book, his memoir of his life and his life story, how he was raised and how his mother treated him upon his childhood. And Jeannie Mai, she was supportive about his book. She gave a shout out to Jeezy and shout out to Dad. It was this cute video she had of her and their daughter on her Instagram. And literally shortly thereafter, Jeezy filed for divorce. And it was just like that. Anyway, I say all this to say, I like seeing men saying, yeah, enough. In this society, we see men continue to be belittled and disrespected by the women that they're with. And it's always this saying of happy wife, happy life. That's BS. It should be happy spouse, happy house. Oh, should I call the police? Because there should not be any fireworks at this time. It is almost February. Ciao. Hold on. Let me just finish this episode. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Anyway. Yeah, people are checking. Ooh. Ugh, I'm just trying to finish this damn episode. Anyway. Tell me you live in the hood without telling me you live in the hood. But yeah, we see that a lot, right? You know, happy wife, happy life. And I feel like that is not a way to go about your marriage, your relationship. You should want to respect both parties. It should not just only be one. So I'm proud to see that. Sorry, I'm really distracted now. That really threw me off. We're gonna wrap this up in a moment. Anyway, yeah. So shout out to Jeezy. So yes, according to this report, like I said, this took place recently, and Jeannie Mai was so upset that she called the police. She called the police on him, or while she was there. I don't know if he was on the residence actually, but nonetheless, the police was called, and this is just a messy, messy, messy divorce. So when she was on the grounds, she was refused entry by the house manager on the orders of Jeezy, quote, and the reason for doing so was allegedly stemmed from his concerns over letting her into their home for fear that she'd plant listening devices or cameras. This is a nasty, nasty divorce, a nasty end to a marriage, because for him to really think and really believe that she would do such a thing, it gives me the impression that she has done sneaky stuff like this before. This is not something that just comes out of the blue. And apparently she has had alleged attempts previously to destroy his career with misleading information. So this information, of course, makes Jeezy on guard. It makes him very protective of his space, of his home. So no, you're not going to come back into this house. All your stuff is outside. Everything's outside, and miss anything. I packed it all up. Get your shit and go. That's it. So there we have it, child. There we have it. I mean, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. It is what it is. Okay, and we're back. Yeah, those were gunshots. 9 of them. I'm well. Praise the Lord. But yeah, that was definitely concerning. Let's shake it off and let's move on. I want to get through a couple more topics and then we could go. Wow. Okay, I want to talk about Okay, this drug kingpin, his wife was flashing this luxurious, lavish, over the top vacation that she and her family was on. She was showing it off on social media, of course, because that's the place. And as soon as she hit post, her husband got arrested. Her husband was found, located, and brought down immediately. Mind you, she was in the UK. This is a drug kingpin from Costa Rica, and he is 43 years old. Luis Manuel Picado Grijalba. Excuse my pronunciation. Nonetheless, he was arrested at a London airport in December after he was accused of shipping cocaine from Limon, Costa Rica to the U.S. Nicaragua. La Prensa reported. Okay, so yes, he was immediately found, brought down, all because of his wife's need. His wife's just urgency to post what is going on in their private affairs. And I feel like this just goes to show how destroyed we are as a society. How destroyed we are as a society. Look, she is on the beaches. Her body is you could tell her stomach is fake. But whatever, at this point, we gotta just, it is what it is at this point. But we see here she is holding these two what they're parrots, these two skin birds, and looking lavish. She's posing with these birds during a vacation photo shoot. Posted on social media. This is when social media goes wrong. When social media goes wrong, this is what happens. And I feel like this is what he gets at this point. This is what he gets, because apparently he rarely travels with his wife. Rarely does he travel with her. She's 32 years old and he is 43. And I guess he probably figured it's best for me to keep her separate from me because she may make things hot. She may make things too obvious and may blow my cover. And he was right. He was absolutely right. He recently purchased $20,000 worth of plane tickets to fly his wife and their family to Europe. So they had this extravagant vacation. And while there, of course, they're taking photos, they're taking pictures, but his wife decided to post this on social media. Now, I wonder, being a wife of a drug kingpin, don't you undergo some training? Don't you undergo some type of like class to know what to do and what not to do now that you are in this type of life? Right? Here's what not to do. Don't post your location. Don't tell people where we get our money or how we get our money. Don't invite people over. Don't say anything over the phone. Speak in code. Like, isn't there like a training for that? I feel like she probably thought, oh, the coast is clear. We're in a whole different location. They won't ever no one's really looking for us. No one's looking for us. They have you thinking that you get away with murder, right? You get away with this crime. And then, shoot, 5 months later, 5 years later, knock, knock, knock. Don't stop knocking. Don't come knocking at my door. They're knocking at your door and they're getting you out. You are deported. MAGA. MAGA 2025. You're out. Get on out. So again, this is just what happens when we put our lives on social media. I had to learn this in my own way. Like, I remember at my previous job, at my prior workplace, the prior school I was at, I had pictures on my social media that were too flashy. It was me in my bikini. I was living life and I had no fuck, just my page, freedom of choice, First Amendment, boop, 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 boop. And I was very, very righteous about it. You're not going to tell me what to do. I'm very much like, you can't tame me, bitch, right? And I got called to the office like a little kid. What did the principal want to hear from me? I got called to the office. Mind you, I'm a teacher. So I got called to the office and, some things were addressed along with my podcast. Because at the time I had an episode about my grievances with a student. And of course, I shouldn't have done that. So I agree. But nonetheless, one of the things that were mentioned is like just some of the things that I don't think it was actually mentioned for me to take down some pictures. I just said I brought that up as a defense. Like, well, okay, I could take down this episode, but I'm gonna keep my bikini pics. That's what I'm gonna do. I have the right. I'm gonna keep my bikini pics. And that wasn't even a topic of conversation, right? That wasn't even like a push. Like they weren't even trying to fight for me to take those things down. It was primarily about the episode, which I was fine to take down. Whatever, it's not a big deal. Anyway, I say all that to say, a year or two later, present day, I took down those photos. Not because I took down those photos because I realized those photos did not need to be up. That's one. And two, I was finally working, which is my present job, at a place where it is conservative. And it is along the values that I do have and that I do believe in anyway. So I feel like, why not present that image as best as I can online as well? Like there's no need for me to show these parts of myself in a way that isn't appropriate, right? Yes, of course, you're at a beach, you wear a bikini. Obvious, those things are obvious, but those things don't need to be posted for all to see. My body is not for everyone. It's not for everyone to see. It's not for everyone's viewing pleasure, all of these things. And I think I bring that up to say social media is not, you don't always have to post everything. You could take those pictures if that makes you feel good. You could have them on your phone. You could put them in a frame and put them around your house, right? You could put them on the screensaver behind your, on your phone, on your computer, but those are for your viewing pleasures or for the pleasures of those who are granted that access to you. But when we put things on social media, we give everyone access to you. And I feel like we have to be more sacred and more picky of who has access to us. Literally, it's really that serious. So that means who has access to your personal information, who has access to your business, to your personal business, who has access to your body, who has access to your aura, your presence alone. Sometimes we have to really be mindful and picky about who we give access to our presence. Our presence is a present. Hello? Somebody go ahead and hit that like button, share this video, engage with me in the comments, and let me know how much you love this episode, because I agree, after a while you get off your high horse and you stop feeling like, whatever, I'm gonna, this like rebellious state. And I was feeling super rebellious at that time and just like F that. And anyway, I hated that campus anyway. It was whatever. It was a job. It helped me pay my bills, whatever. But nonetheless, you get older and you realize they were right. That's it. You realize there are some things that don't need to be for everyone's viewing pleasure. And I feel like if you are the wife of a drug kingpin, you probably shouldn't be on social media. You probably should not be an influencer. You probably shouldn't be on YouTube, being a YouTuber. Like, you should not be anywhere where people can find you, period. Literally, you should be in the house, only in the house. You should be wearing black, thick mafia glasses. Like, what? Why am I seeing you? Anyway, there we have it. Okay, and then we'll wrap it up with D Woods. D Woods is another one who has come out against Diddy. She said here, yes, he is a monster. D Woods has been very credible in her appearance, in her stature, the way that she carries herself. She has always presented herself to be a stand-up type of woman. Very much about her business, very much respectable. So for her to finally come forward and share her story about, or just her experience with Diddy, I don't know if she's going to claim any inappropriate behavior from him towards her. Let's go ahead and watch this video together. But yes, this is a clip from another exclusive breakdown or expose of Diddy. This is like the surviving Diddy of it all. Now let's see what she has to say here.
You're like a burger away.
I wish I could just let me refresh it.
Chosen. I was like, it's bad boy for life, baby.
She says what should have been a dream come true quickly became something else, alleging Diddy created a verbally abusive work environment.
I'm curious why you decided to speak up now. I would say that this moment now is a time where I feel like my experience, my truth will really be heard and actually considered and believed.
Dee Wood sharing her story as part of a new investigation discovery docuseries, The Fall of Diddy.
From the outside, he was this mogul. He was this guy who, could make your dreams come true.
Unsettling scenes like this, a reminder of what it was like on Making the Band.
Juanita, what's your stomach looking like? For real, are you feeling a little thick?
I always feel thick next to these skinny chicks.
You're like a burger away.
He did it in different ways with all of us. Picking and prodding and just a way to chip and knock away, but then praise you. I see myself standing in those dark, scary, predatory spaces and hearing somebody say some of the most degrading things to me.
How was it predatory?
Somebody constantly treating you like a piece of meat, only valuing you for your sex appeal. And in some of the environments, it was even scary to be by yourself.
Despite turmoil on and off camera, Danity Kane debuted to massive success.
No, let me pause right there because I'm gonna start dancing. That was Danity Kane. That era, hello, that era. That was like, when did that happen? Maybe my early teenage years. That was a time, baby. My heart is damaged. Oh, I'm so damaged. Remember that part when they were like, oh, I'm so damaged. Yo.
Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. What? Aaron.
Enough. Oh my goodness. All right, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you so much for listening. Again, make sure you are liking, sharing, leaving a comment, subscribing, all of the 9. And that is all for today. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.